What's up guys, it's Phil here from Tamed Waters. I'm going to walk you guys through another import order from South America. You guys seem to be enjoying that. Just trying to build my YouTube presence a little bit more, as I already got the Instagram and Facebook going pretty well. I'll walk you through it. You can see there's boxes all over. I got my plastic containers over there ready to go. Got my cut up, torn up high school sweatshirt on. That's my lucky sweatshirt I wear for fish orders. And I'll bring you guys through it. Let's go. All right, a little example of what we got to deal with sometimes. Look at the discus. Wild discus from Brazil, halfway out of the water, still breathing. I know everyone's gonna be like, why don't you cut it open and rush to get to doing that right now? That's exactly what I'm doing. Just wanted to show you guys and be completely transparent on these import orders so you guys can learn a little bit. So here we go. All right guys, you saw the first bag that didn't have very much water in it. This next one had like even less. This had no water. This one had full water, but he doesn't look as good. He looks pretty stressed out. He's still breathing. Usually I drip acclimate everything. Like, I don't know what's the new YouTube thing that everyone's doing, plop and drop for everything. I don't agree with it. But I will drop this guy in the tank to give him some more oxygen right away, or I'll get another container real quick and start oxygenating him. So just so you know. All right guys, these guys don't have very much oxygen. I just missed a little part of the video, but that's all right. I pretty much just dumped out the water. These guys I'm trying to get, I added a little cup of the water into the tank, or into their acclimating bin. But I just decided to pop and drop them real quick, just because like they had like no oxygen. So getting them oxygen is pretty important right then and there. I'm going to shut off the lights to blue lights so they can relax. There's that one over there not doing too hot, so we'll see how he ends up doing. But we got them in the tank. They actually look not that bad for how little water came in the bags because they were popped. So I'll keep working on these guys. Well, I can't seem to do things one-handed like some of the other YouTube people, so I'm working on it. But I just dumped these guys into the acclimating container, and they're going in the tank. These are some awesome wild discus. They are called the Blue Moon heckles. If you've seen them online before, we'll see if this dude makes it. You can see he's trying to kind of get him going. That one's got some stunning patterns. I have another batch of a different type of discus I'll be acclimating in the same tank as well and quarantining, so I'll go start on those. All right, the next type of discus up on the list are these tefes. So these are the red spotted tefes. I've been ordering wild discus pretty much ever since I opened, and there's a few types that come from this region. These would easily be my favorite type from that region, if not one of my favorite types of wild discus in general. Look at that, absolutely stunning. So we'll get these guys in the tank real quick. Just dumped in and from the container into the net. Let's bring them back up and go quarantine all these discus together. Let's go. Come on, big guy. There you go. Look at that. Wild discus huddling together over here around their friend who's still trying to, oh, he's sitting up actually now, so that's good. So hopefully that one ends up making it, that Blue Moon heckle from before. But these are the red spots we just added. There's a heckle. Awesome size on these guys. All right, another one of the red spots. This one has barely any water, as you can see. So me and you are gonna see, you guys are gonna see if it's alive at all. Oh, it looks actually really good. Barely any water. Last of the red spotted tefe discus going in their tank. A lot of these guys are looking pretty good. That guy's clearly not doing as well. A lot of times they'll come out of it though. You just gotta drop the water level, which I have lower, but I'm gonna drop the water level a little lower now. So we'll see how they do. Alright, try not to make this video super long. I don't know what everyone's looking for when they want to watch these videos, so you guys tell me what you're looking for, but I decided to cut all the bags and get them in this acclimating container for now. Show you. So these are L260 Queen Arabesque. Looks like there's one casualty from the imports. Like I said, being completely transparent here. I imported these and they sold out super fast last time. So I decided to bring them right back in. Real nice looking plecos. That's not bad though. One casualty out of an import from South America. Let me see if I can get a bigger. I'm trying to get a picture for my Facebook too as well while we're doing this. So taking a little bit longer. How beautiful is that? Just awesome. If I get it shipping through UPS or FedEx, not USPS, I'm done with them. If I get doing that, then I could ship these guys out to you guys. So I'm just trying to get approved for like a really good rate so I can pass some of the savings on to you guys. So we'll see. Alrighty. Alright, the next thing I had to rush on was Otocinclus, regular Otocinclus. They did not come in too hot. Usually they come in okay, and you just gotta medicate them pretty hard. Otocinclus, if you don't medicate them right, things end up usually pretty bad. They can like bring in sickness into your tanks and stuff like that. But I always quarantine everything, of course. Check out this. This isn't the greatest thing to look at, but as you can see, a good portion of the Otocinclus came in rough. It almost looks like they had some sort of toxicity in the bag, which I haven't seen because their bellies were completely like yellow. Almost like when an animal gets like that kind of toxicness in the blood. So that worries me. They went straight into the quarantine tank, and we'll see what I can do. Next on the list is the Golden Vampire Pleco. I'm not sure if I've even ever had these in my store before, so I'm pretty excited. It's come from Brazil. I believe the L number is L172. See if this guy will let me show you a better. And I can get maybe, oh, these guys got some nice little spikes on them, that's for sure. Let's see. Well, he's not gonna let me do that. There, we can get a little side shot right there. That guy's the biggest one, some smaller ones as well. Really cool Pleco. I'm excited to have these in stock. Like I said, I'm not sure if I've ever had them in stock. And here, let me show you this. Scientific name on these guys you'll have to look up. I believe it starts with an L, like Lepardus or something like that, but they always have these spikes. So, it's kind of like protection on their body. Pretty cool though. Next up, we got some wild caught Cardinal tetras from Brazil. Those are the only ones I bring in because they look much better, and you get to support like little townspeople down in Brazil. You know, when you buy fish like this, it's kind of cool. There's got some project, like Project Prebas is one of them, and yeah, he really support like the townspeople with some employment by buying fish like this out of the wild. And I promise you, you'll never, the aquarium hobby will never harm this fish in the wild. Right here, you can see they act a little goofy in these clear containers. That's just how Cardinals are. I'll get those acclimated up. This is the Cardinal tank up here. Sold the whole entire tank, except for I saw one straggler. Some dude wanted the whole tank, and then there was one I noticed in the tank. Fernando missed that one. Alright, next up we got LDA31, I believe it is, the mustard spotted Pleco. Honestly, these guys are awesome Pleco, but they came in a little rough, so we'll see what I can do with them. There's one in here that's perished, and he has a super sucked in belly, so I'm guessing they sat at the holding facility for a little while in South America. And I'll try to get them dewormed and everything right away, because their bellies are super sunken. So we'll see what I can do with these guys. But such a gorgeous Pleco. You gotta look them up online to see their true colors. They end up real black with like orange yellow spots. That's a good example right there. Alright, these videos are all about transparency, right? So that's why I'm doing them, so you guys, I can gain your guys' trust and whatnot. I already have a huge fan base, but I'm trying to grow that. But look at this guy's belly. This is the one that perished. Completely sunken in. Must have been sitting in a holding facility down in South America for a little while. And had parasites, obviously, but I do all the treating of that over here anyway. But that guy perished. I'll pull him out of the water here in a second. I'm just trying to show you guys. It's just, you know, I mean, when you realize what fish stores got to mark up, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even make our money half the time. So that's the unfortunate thing, especially with how competitive it is. And there's like a couple dudes in town that like to sell for super cheap just to get a customer base, even though their fish are super sick. So This is why I take time treating stuff, and my prices are super reasonable in my eyes. So if you find someone giving you away your fish for super cheap, I mean, you gotta look into that a little bit more. So here we go. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Super unfortunate, but I'm being transparent and teaching you guys a few things as we go. Pretty excited to show you guys these elephant nose knife fish. Don't get these mistaken with the elephant nose fish you can often find at, like, I don't know, Plecos, PetSmarts, Live Aquaria, that kind of thing. Those are a little more common. These I don't see in the USA available every single day. There's a few websites with them, but I'm excited to bring these in for my local customers. These guys are really sweet. Look at this. They're called the elephant nose knife fish, obviously, for that nose. They use that to dig into the substrate to get crustaceans, larvae, insects, you know, anything along those lines. In the hobby, they take frozen bloodworms, Daphnia, live blackworms, all that kind of food. First time for me having these in. Not the rarest fish I've brought in, but I'm pretty excited to have these guys in. So I think the last time I did it the same way, but I set out my 4 or 5 containers of fish, and then while I pause the video for a little bit, I'll get my butt moving and get these into tanks, because it's already been like 20 minutes getting these guys into these containers, so I don't want to wait too much longer. So I'll probably skip a portion of that, and just because I got to move a lot of fish out of quarantine and, like, you know, in quarantine, so it's a lot of moving around, and I'll show you guys where I put all these fish after that. Just starting to acclimate to L260s. I'm not going to have time to do all of them for you, but I just decided to show you the first one I'm putting in the tank. These guys, like I mentioned before, sold out right away. Such an awesome fish. They actually sold out, like a couple of people bought out the whole entire tank, and then I ended up finding a couple left that we forgot to catch in here. You couldn't really see. So it shows how good our fish last in our actual store tank. So I mean, they're well taken care of. Those last ones, I believe, no, there actually is still one more back in there. It's been a few months, still lasting good. It's hard to see, but we take real good care of our fish, obviously. Look at this. Cardinals, that's the last one that never was caught, are about ready to go into their tank. So let's see. Here goes wild caught Cardinals. Acclimate them like I acclimate most of my fish, as long as they're not like just about to die. Then I gotta get them into oxygen right away. But look at these wild Cardinals. Wait till they color up in a little bit. I'll try to show a snippet again. Alright guys, moving right along. I have to show you something I already acclimated quick. But these are rummy nose. Clearly they don't look like rummy nose. This is how they look when they come stressed out. They're from Brazil, so these ones get a nice fluorescent on the top of their heads. I don't know if I can show it right here. Like a fluorescent green. You see that? That's why I like the ones from from Brazil for rummy nose, as well as Cardinal tetras are looking pretty swell. Let me bring you over here. So let's see what I can show you here. We got the elephant nose knife fish in the tanks over here. I got the lights off, obviously. These guys use a lot of their sensors, and they usually only come out in the dark. So I'll have the lights on when they're out of quarantine. But as much as they hate it, I gotta have the lights on for people to buy them. And I wish I had sand in this tank, but I don't. But I like quarantine fish with no sand in the tank, just bare bottom. And then up here, we got those blue tetras from South America. I think they're called like Fedrackery. It starts with a I don't know how to spell it, but they're a really cool tetra, and they're pretty reasonable and pricey. And a lot of people have been asking me for these lately, so I don't know if someone did like a video on these, but I used to bring these in more frequently. So here they are. Hopefully they make it through a quarantine. They actually came in a little rough, as you can see how they're swimming. So some batches like this do not do well. So we'll see how they go. A few more items over here, ready to go acclimate and quarantine. These would be Corridor Cani, K-A-N-E-I, I believe it's spelled. You never know what you're getting when you're getting corridors. Obviously that one looks different than some of those ones, so I'm assuming we'll get a few different types. That actually looks like Atro Personatus or Secre, so there might be a few different types in here, I don't know. Over here, we got some true leaf fish. I haven't brought these in quite some time. Really cool fish. They do well in most people's aquariums. And then over here, we got the tiger Otocinclus. These do not stay in stock for me. They sell out super fast. Really nice patterns. If you look on my page and look up tiger Otocinclus or zebra Otocinclus, I have a few different names. You'll see some really cool pictures I've gotten of these guys. So hopefully they make it through quarantine just fine, and they'll be available in about a week. One would think that this is a net full of leaves. We got some leaf fish going in this tank right here. Look at these cuties. I'm gonna throw some other items in here for them to get comfortable, like some driftwood and floating plants as well. Pretty cool fish though. Alright guys, it's been a few hours since the last little clip I made. I had to run and do some other stuff. I'm also into racing pigeons. It's a fun hobby to get into for anyone that's interested. But I'm gonna show you around. I put most of the stuff in their tanks. They're in quarantine, and you gotta check this out. Look at these lovely rummy nose, already looking good. That's why I love the ones from Brazil. We got the Cardinals looking swell as well. I like that, swell as well. I gotta get them fattened up. Over here, we have some of the Otocinclus that everyone likes, as well as the leaf fish. They're hanging out and doing well. Let me take you over here, around. I gotta shut off the lights here soon actually, because I'm heading to work at the hospital tonight. So look at these guys, wild caught discus, looking great already. Remember how there was two sitting around on the ground? They're not sitting anymore. There's one questionable dude that's still stressed out, but the rest of them are looking good. Alright, we got these super sweet knife fish here, hanging all over. Look at that guy. That's the biggest one of them all. That one's a monster. Pretty excited to see that one. And then we have some Otocinclus up here, some regulars. We got those blue tetras I had mentioned. And then I'll bring you guys over here. There's this nice discus up here. We got a couple of these Farluellas. And here's those Corridoras. They're looking alright. We'll see how they come through quarantine. They came in, they look good in my tank right now, but they came in with, it looks like some sort of bacterial infection or something. So obviously getting on the quarantine boat with them. Well, that wraps up most of this import order. I'm trying to think if I forgot to show you guys anything, which I might be. But I'm in a rush right now. I gotta run, go home, and go straight into work at the hospital, working overnights, which hasn't been the best for me lately with my health, doing that and this. So I'll probably figure one or the other out here soon, even though I do love working as a nurse as well. But my shop is my baby. Everyone knows that. It's a great place to be. So thanks for watching this unboxing video, guys. We'll have another one here soon.